Hello friends, welcome back to my YouTube channel Java Classified. In previous video, I have shown you how to produce the JSON data in the Kafka topic. In this video, I will show you how to create a topics using Java Beans and configure the Kafka as well by using Java Beans. So for creating the topics and configuring the Kafka using Java Beans, first we need to create the Spring Boot projects. So I'm going to Chrome browser. I have already opened the Chrome browser. In the Chrome browser, I'm going to search Spring Initializer and we will create a new projects. So here we are selecting the language as a Java and project as a Maven projects and adding the Spring Boot version 3.5.0 snapshot and providing the group ID as a com.java win.kafka and also defining the artifact ID as a Kafka config using beans. Now we are also removing this one in the package name, selecting the packaging as a jar and Java version we are selecting 21. Let's add the dependency. In the dependency section, we are going to add two dependency only, Spring Web and one more is a Kafka. Now let's generate the projects. Projects has been generated. Now copying this project into our projects directory. So let's go to C drive, interview folder, copying these projects in here. Let's go to IntelliJ. I have already opened IntelliJ. Refresh the IntelliJ. You can see here projects now is visible in our IntelliJ. Let's go to pom.xml file. Right click the pom.xml file. Add as a Maven projects. Click this one. Now all the added dependency is now going to download. So let's run the zookeepers and Kafka until all the dependencies has not been downloaded. So going to C drive, here temp folder, we are going to delete temp folders, all the Kafka and zookeepers log. Let's go to Kafka folder. I have already explained how to set up the Kafka, so you can watch my previous video if you have any doubt to setting up the Kafka. So I'm going to open CMD, going to run zookeeper first one. So Windows zookeeper server start.bat file. Now let's add the zookeeper property, enter it. Once the zookeeper is up, then we need to run the Kafka. So opening the CMD, another CMD. Here let's run the zookeeper as well. Once the zookeeper is up, then we need to run Kafka. So I'm going to run Kafka here. Windows Kafka server. What happened? Windows Kafka server start.bat file. Let's add the server property here. Enter it. Now let's our IntelliJ. All the dependencies has been downloaded. Let's go to main projects resource folder. Changing application property to YAML and all the Kafka related values will be take care from the properties so that we can easily manage application name, we are copying the above project's name, removing the above one, defining the server, colon port. In here port we are defining the 9080 port. Let's define the Kafka related things. Spring, Spring Kafka. Here we need to defining the bootstrap server, bootstrap servers, localhost 9092. Sorry, here we need to add this one in the parallel of the Kafka. So this one. Now let's add the topic. So we are going to define the topic name and its partition. So defining the topic here, test test topic. Here defining the test one, and we are also defining the partitions as well. Partitions as 5, and also defining the replication factor. Replication factor 3 as of now. Now test one partitions. Here we are test one replication factor. Now let's also define another topic name is a test 2. Here we are defining the topic name. Test 2 is a key and test 2 as a value. Now defining test 2 partitions. Partitions equal to 10. Now defining the test 2 replication factor equal to 5. So here we have defined two topic name and two topic name and two partition, two replication factor. We will use this property in the our Java beans. So let's go to create a packages. Here defining the config, defining the package name as a service controller. So let's go to our config folder. Here let's create a Kafka config. In the Kafka config, we are going to add at the rate configuration, and here reading the property file string bootstrap servers at the rate value annotation. We are adding for reading the data from the property, defining the spring Kafka dot. So I'm going to property file spring Kafka. Here copying the bootstrap server. This is a key spring Kafka spring boot spring Kafka bootstrap servers. You can check in the application ML spring Kafka, and this is a bootstrap server. So we have defined this one. Now let's create the producer public produce default producer 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 config creating producer config here. So here we are going to define map. In the map we will take string as a key and object as a value. So map config object map here defining hash map, importing the class. Now let's add our property. Put here producer config dot bootstrap server, adding the bootstrap server. This dot bootstrap server. This is taking from the properties. Now let's add producer config dot key serializer config string string serializer dot class object map dot put producer config dot value serializer config dot string serializer dot class. Now we are going to return new default Kafka producer factory. Here we are passing our object map. So in here we need to change producer factory and here defining string. Now object as a value, adding as a bean annotation in this method. Now our Kafka is configured in the Java beans. So let's create the topic. So for creating the top, now there is one more thing. We need to define Kafka template Kafka template so that it will identify Kafka template. We need to pass this value in this Kafka template. So returning new Kafka template. Here we are passing the producer config. Now our Kafka configuration has been done. Adding at the rate bean annotation. Let's create the topic. So for creating the topics, we need to creating a class here Kafka topics. In here we are going to define all the configuration component. Here defining component and all the property we are going to define here string Kafka topic defining the topic. Go to application YAML test topic defining the text topic defining private string. Another property name is a test2. So defining text2 here. Let's add private integer and also defining the test1 partitions in here. Let's also add integer test2 partitions. Here adding sort because replication factor will take as a sort value. It is not taking integer type. So defining the sort value test replication factor private sort test2 replication factor. Now let's add property source. Here we are going to define all the property. So for writing the property, we need to property prefix prefix. Let's check. So here we need to add configure configure configuration configuration property configuration property. Here adding the prefix. In the prefix we are passing the spring dot kafka spring topic. All the properties data will be bind in the Java beans. So let's generate the setter getter. So I'm going to generate setter getter, selecting all one, generating. Now let's let's go to Kafka topics. Here we are going to create the topic. So defining the Kafka topic dot Java Kafka topic, adding at the rate auto. So here going to define the topic name public topic topic. Here creating the topic test topic 1. Now here returning new topic, defining here Kafka topic dot get test topic comma Kafka topic dot get test one topic partition Kafka topic dot get test one topic replication factor. Here defining the sort. What happening? Why it is not taking new topic adding as a win admin topic admin Kafka admin topic. Now I think here we need to pass Kafka admin topic. What happening? Here we need to define new topic. What happening? Here defining the new topic for creating the topic. So defining new topic. Here also passing the new topic. So removing this one, passing. new topic. Now that is fine. It is not in use because already I have taken. So I'm going to define another topic as well. Kafka public new topic test topic 2. In here passing return new topic Kafka topic dot get test2 comma Kafka topic get test two partitions comma this Kafka topic dot get Kafka topic comma adding Kafka topic dot get test2 replication factor returning it adding at the rate bean annotation in this method. Now two beans will be created when we will run the projects. Let's produce the messages. Kafka producer service. Here we are going to produce the messages in both the topics. So I'm going to auto wire Kafka topic, creating the uh, object here. Now let's publish the message in the topic public void test1 produce message. Now here taking the messages. Also we need to auto wire the Kafka template as well. Kafka template here we are going to define string comma objects Kafka template. Now auto wiring this one as well. Let's send the messages in the Kafka topic. So send we are defining the topic name Kafka topics dot get first one comma message. Now let's produce the messages on the Kafka topic 2 as well. Test to produce message string message Kafka template dot send. Here we are going to define Kafka topic get test2 comma message. Also we are adding the console log system dot out what happening system dot out dot println send message to the Kafka topic test1. Sent message to Kafka topic 2. Let's create two endpoints in the controller. So I'm going to creating a controller Kafka controller. Now defining the endpoints here. REST controller public string test1 produce message. Here taking the messages in the request from message, defining the message, creating the bean, adding the service annotation on the Kafka producer service. So I'm using this Kafka producer service and creating the objects of this Kafka service, importing this one and using this one for producing the messages in the Kafka topic one dot produce test one message. Now returning the message as a successfully produced message. Now let's define for text two topics. Test two topic as well. Test two producer mass produce successfully produces messages on Kafka topic test one says on Kafka topic test two. Get mapping. Here we will passing the test two. Test two. Here we are defining the get mapping test one. Now let's run this application and check what will happen. I hope it will work. Let's open Offset Explorer. You can see there is no topics available right now. Now I have already configured the Kafka, so you just click this one. You can see there is no topics available. Now I'm going to run our application. Then two topics will be created when our application will run. Just 1 minute, I have run the wrong application. So right click here, running this application now. What happening here? Java bin config Kafka producer. Why? Failed to read candidate class file. What happening here? Spring Kafka bootstrap server, this one. Let's add here and running the application in the debug mode and we will check what is the issue. Must be specified. Conditional must be specified. So let's define the conditional in the Kafka topics. Name value having name value as a true. What happening? Kafka topics class. Okay. Let's check now again because I have used the Spring Boot updated version, so that's why it is giving lots of error. If you are using a previous one, this will not give any error. So here there is a value default, which one having value. Let's define as a true. Now let's check in the debug mode. I hope it will work now. Hi, the name of value attribute conditional. Okay, I have added the wrong annotation here, so I am removing this annotation and adding the correct annotation configuration property. We need to define configuration property. I have added wrong property, so that's why it is giving error. Now it is correct. Let's run it. It will work. Now you can see our this bootstrap servers also pick up the value from the property. Here you can see. So for reading the properties data into the Java beans, you can use at the rate value annotation and dollar symbol at the key here. So you can read the data from the property. Now let's run it. Once application is run, then you can see what happening here. Fail to create topic. Factor broker 1. It is giving error because I have defined the replication factor 5, but only broker running is 1. So I'm going to define the 1 in the property file. You don't need to touch the Java class. You just play with the property file. So defining one replication factor and also defining the 1 here because I'm running the only one broker. So that's why it is giving an error. And I have defined the replication factor 5 and 10. So I'm running it again. Now it will run as as needed. So you can see in the console. Let's complete this step. Now going to console, you can see in the console our application is started. You can check in the offset explorer, refreshing in the topics. You can see two topics are available now. You can see the partition as well, which I have defined. Test 1 partitions as a 5, so that's why it is given 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's see the part test 2 topics partition. It is 10 partitions. We have defined the 10 partition in the property, so that's why it is giving 10 partition. You can see in the property YAML partition test 2 partition 10 and test 1 partition 5. So that's why it is created 5 partition for test 1 topics and test 2 topics it is created 10 partition. So let's produce the messages. So defining Kafka 9080, what is the port number 9080, and our endpoints. Let's go to our controller. Here is our controller test 1. So I'm going to define test 1 hyphen question mark message. Here we are defining the messages. Hi, this is my test 1 topic. So if you see in the here test 1, let's change this one as a string and this one also as a string. Update it. Go to data partitions. Now let's run it. Right now there is no data available, so I'm going to producing this data into test 1 topic. So entering it, you can see, and also we are going to check the logs. You can see in the logs also send message to the Kafka topic text 1. This message I have written in the service, so you can check here test message to topic 1. So let's go to our offset explorer and running the play button. Now you can see this data is available and this is produced in the partitions 1. You can check in the partitions 1 data. So I am clicking this one and you can check in the partition 0. You can see no data available in the partition 0. Our zookeeper is responsible to produce the data on which topic, which partitions it will goes. So let's produce the data on the test2 topics. So here we are changing the messages. Hello test2 topic, how are you? And here this is the test2 endpoints. Entering it, let's first see in the test2 topics available data. So changing this one as a string and this one also as a string, updating it, data, clicking the play button, you can see no data is available. So I'm going to click this URL, entering it, and also let's play the button. You can see this data is now visible. This data is visible in the 0 partitions. Now you can see this message is also produced in the Kafka topics. So here you can see in the 0 partition this message is produced. If you see partition 0 and clicking the play button, no messages is appear because in this partition no messages was produced. So that's why. So in this video I have shown you how to configure the Kafka using Java Beans in the Spring Boot and created the two topics by reading the topics name from the application YAML files with partitions and replication factor as well in the properties and created the topics. We have also created the two endpoints and producing the messages as a single messages. In upcoming video I will configure the Kafka using Java Beans and we will produce the JSON messages in the Kafka topics as well. Thank you for watching. If you like my YouTube channel, you can subscribe my channel so you will get the further update. Thank you.